Hello, everybody. Let's see, raise this up a little bit. Hello, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, little girl. Hold on, little girl. Hello, 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 hello. Hey, it's that Osley. It's that Osley. How y'all doing? Let's see. Hey, say boom, Mike. Say boom, man. Let me know. Have you all been having a good day? Have you all been having a good day? Let me tell you something. I hope you all can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, baby. Okay, good. Thank you, baby. Thank you. So, this is what I want to say about my day. I've been having an amazing day, but let me just say this here. I worked hard at having this amazing day. It just didn't come, you know, naturally because maybe I had so many hiccups in this day, but would not, I would not let Satan win. You don't win, buddy. You don't win. Yeah, yeah, baby. Hey, c'est bon, everyone. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. I got lipstick on my teeth. Y'all weren't going to tell me? Y'all weren't going to tell me I had lipstick on my teeth? Anyway, it's all right. That's right. That's right, analytic. You won't win, buddy. You won't win. No, but I want to thank you all for coming into the live. I want to thank those that's in the bushes. I want to thank those that will watch the replay. Thank you. I hope I say something that can help you in your garden or just in life in general, right? I hope someone, us, we can help each other here with whatever problem we got going on, you know? So let's get to the top of the chat and I'm going to welcome you all in. So it is Kiki. Hey, baby. She said, good evening, Miss Linda and Soul family. Miss Linda, congratulations on your new bundle of. I know. Thank you, baby. He is so precious. My God. My God. What a blessing, huh? Yeah. Analytic Gardner is here. Hey, baby. Silver Yard is here. Say bon, Mike. Say bon, man. Backyard Gardens Flow. She said, hello, Miss Lynn and everyone in the chat. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. Hey, Harvey, baby. How are you? She said, good evening, Miss Linda and garden family. I'm working in my garden, but I'm listening. All right. Cassandra, hey, baby. She said, hey, Miss Linda and everyone in the chat. Analytic Gardner is here. Forgiven is here. My Renaissance Grandma is here. Yeah. Let's see. Maria Patterson is here. You watching? Yeah, baby. Let's see. B. Hey, B. How you doing, baby? B Unstoppable is here. Hey, man, I missed somebody. Okay, that's it. All right. I want to thank you all, and I hope you all been having a good day, right? Myra is here. Hey, Myra. How are you doing, baby? Hey, Bridget. I hope everyone is doing great. Y'all, I just been putting up shorts, right? I just been having fun with shorts today, you know. Yeah, just been having fun with them. So tell me, how was your yesterday, your Monday, and today? How was your day? Let me hear from you. What's going on? What y'all been doing? Hey, Angela. Hey, baby. How are you? How are you, Angela? Um, yeah, she said, good evening, Miss Linda Chat. Good evening, baby. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Okay, family, since y'all don't want to talk about what's going on with y'all day. Oh, Mike said, I did Meatless Monday. You did. See, I wouldn't think many people would have did Meatless Monday, because of the holiday. But awesome, Mike. Awesome. Very good, man. I'm I'm one of them. I did not. I ate some barbecue chicken wings. I did. I did. Sweet say, my meatless Monday was great. I had a full, delicious vegan sub. It sounds real good. Sylvia say meatless Monday was a success. She had a pasta salad with veggies from her garden. Great. Analytic, you say no meatless Monday for me. I know. Angela says, I'm well, thanks. I harvest jade green beans, onions, cabbage, zucchini, and squash. Now, I harvest some jades too, baby. I did. I harvest some jade green beans and China jade cucumbers. Yeah, I did. I did. Hey, Maria Graham. Hey, Maria. Oh, wait a minute, baby. What you said? She said, I do good with my water, but I eat some chicken. Hey, the most important is the water. Get your water in. Y'all, it is so warm. I had to put my little girl down. Because listen, I would have took it off. I would have took it off right here. I would have took it off right here. I got some fans going. But baby, she would have been gone. I'm serious. Oh God. Hey girl dad. Hey girl dad. Maria Graham say y'all hit the like button. Family, y'all hit the like button because I've noticed that when I get off the live, even though we have, a good bit of people in here, the likes don't match. So remember to hit that like button, okay? I'm still on chicken noodle soup. I'm trying to get better from the cold. Oh, baby. Yeah, I hope you feel better. Cheryl T says, hi, Miss Linda. I went to the farmer's market and I got some veggies and canned chow chow. Mm. And the pests are taking over my garden. Really? Really? Cheryl, what kind of pest is taking over your garden? Let me know. Um, Kiki said, I know, Miss Linda. Uh, yeah, you sniff mine off in the, I know. Quickly. Quickly. Shh. I was singing one day in church, right? But I had to sing another song after the pastor preached his sermon. But I had to sing before he gave the sermon also. And let me tell you, I was hot. I told my little sister, I'm going to take this wig off. My little sister said, please, Linda, don't do that. Don't do it, Linda. Don't do it. So I said, okay, I won't do it. But I do it. Yeah. Analytic is speaking to everyone. So now, since, look at her. See that? It's making my makeup come off. But some of you ladies that's in here, I know we got Mike in here, but have you all seen this tent? You see it a lot on TikTok. You see it a lot on TikTok. It's a tent. Um, and it's a good tent and it matches my skin good. But there's one thing about that tent, I can't use it. It have a lot of oils like uh, hyaluronic acid or whatever the oil is, all kinds of great oil for your skin, but it leaves you shining like new money. I can't do it. I don't like shine. Yeah, but anyway, let's get to gardening. I don't want to make this into makeup, right? Hey, doll. Good evening, Miss Lyndon Gardner. Good evening. How are you? How are you? I hope all is well with you all. Okay. So, some things I want to talk about. I want to give an announcement for the members. If you are a member of the channel, so I put up a little post trying to figure out what days that we will have a live just for the members, right? I got it. I got the date, and now there was a lot of people was saying, let's do Tuesday, right? So I was saying, well, I already have a Tuesday live, right? But this is what we're gonna do. And we're not gonna change. We're gonna do Tuesday, but we're gonna take the first Tuesday in every month, and it would be for members only. It's a private party, right? It's for members only the first Tuesday in every month. So how many of you all is okay with that? So the days won't change. It's just the first Tuesday in every month. It would be for members of the channel. Hey, my sister Yankee sister. Hey, Okie. Let's see. Hey, Cheryl T. Hey, baby. How are you? Let me see. Let me get back up here. Okay, Cheryl T. Say hi, Miss Linda. Oh, I read that. You went to the farmer's market. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Kiki. Analytics say hello to everyone I missed. I'm dropping in the bushes. Okay, baby. Cheryl T say ants, slugs, snails, you name it. You in Houston. And I understand. So Houston got a lot of rain yesterday, last night, whenever it was. So ants, slugs, and snails. So this is what I want you to make sure in your garden. Make sure you got all dying yellow, brown leaves off your plants, right? And remember that slugs and snails, they like dark, wet, moist places. So make sure you don't have any living or dying leaves on top of your beds that gonna hide them, because that's what they want a place to hide. So if you got all kind of weeds in that bed and dying leaves on that bed, you're gonna have snails and slugs and ants. Now the ants, check if they're not red ants. Check your plants to make sure you don't have aphids, because you probably do. Okay. Check those. Check that, baby. All right. Hey, Gardener is great. She said, hey, TNOG in chat. Oh, you have it. Okay. Doll time. Hey, baby. She says, good evening, Miss Linda. Miss Linda and gardening family. Okay, baby. How are you? Hey, Jewel. My sister Yankee sister say, good evening, my sister Miss Linda New Orleans Gardner. Meatless Monday was a flop. Ribs. Got the water in though. I understand, baby. You did good. Hey, Miss JK, how are you doing? Yeah. All right. Okie says, hello, Miss Linda. Hello. Maria Patterson say, I'm okay with that. Okay, great. Wonderful. Everybody's okay with the first Tuesday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same time as regular Tuesday, but that first of the month Tuesday will be for members only. Okay? Y'all got that? That'll be great. Sounds great. All right. So really nothing will change but just for the members. Okay? DA, hey. Hey, Cheryl. All right. Let's get to the bottom. Oh, I found a handful of snails today under the mulch. That's a great hiding place for them, baby. Mulch is some good stuff. It really is, but it can hide all kinds of little creatures in there, right? So I did have some questions on an email and I want to share them right now. Uh, hey, Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl, baby. Cheryl said, okay, that explains it. Your nasturtiums, I guess, nasturtium plants are yellowing. Okay. I've pruned everything else. Thank you. You welcome, sweetheart. You are welcome. All right. So I had a question on an email about what we talked about on Monday, right? So this young lady, she's new to gardening and she's also new to YouTube. Her question was, and this is the way she presented it to me, right? She didn't, you know how you start an email like, hello, TNOG, how you doing? Or whatever, whatever. She just said, what you mean? She said, what you mean the spray to kill bugs in my garden will also kill my beneficial insects? She was really upset because I said, and I stand on what I say. I stand on what I'm saying, okay? I said that if you are spraying something like neem oil and an organic oil to kill insects organically, it will also take out good bugs as well as bad bugs. How many of you all agree with me that neem oil or any organic oil will also take out good bugs as well as bad bugs? If you agree with me, just say yes. I really want this young lady to be here, but I haven't seen her yet. Hey, pretty girl. She said, good evening, Miss Linden Chat. Happy blessed Tuesday with you too, baby. Cheryl, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, baby. Yeah. Hey, thank you. We have a new member. Come on, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I truly do. Let's see. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. All right. And it will. Come on, Cheryl. You sound like Jada. And it will. Yes. What you say, Mike? Mike say, not your fault. It's true. I know. I know, man. It's almost like she's saying that it's like I'm making it up, or, it's my fault, or I don't know. I don't know. But Mike say it's true. Yes. My Renaissance grandma says, I agree. Yes, I agree, forgiven. I agree. Absolutely agree. Yes, 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 yes. Neem oil can't tell the difference. No oil is going to tell the difference. But there is a difference. And I'm going to tell you the difference between organic oils and oils like Seven Dust or Seven Sprays or any of those synthetics. This is the difference. Well, there's two differences. All right? There's two different. One difference is the reason we use organic oils is not for the bugs, it's for the gardener. Okay? That's for us. Right? Now, the synthetics, if you spray neem oil, it may take one or two spraying before the insects die, simply because it is a process, right? It stops them from flying and eating and mating and crawling, and then they die. So that's what the organic does. But Seven Dust, you spray, you dead. That's the difference. Two differences. right? Now, if you don't mind eating chemicals and then use the seven dust, because at the end of the day, no one is eating from your garden but you. No one on YouTube is going to tell you what to do in your garden. And if they do, you tell them, what to do. You tell them, because no one can tell you what to do in your garden. Nobody can tell you, what to use on your garden. That's yours. Okay? So don't sweat that stuff. Just for me, I mean, just forever says, good evening, Tino. Good evening, baby. Arthur Williams, hello. Yes, it doesn't discriminate. Not at all. Cheryl says, I agree. That's why I have all the bad bugs. But listen, this is the thing. We can do some things with bad bugs if we learn their habits. Their habits, what they like, the environment they love. We can. We can. We really can. Listen, nothing organically. This organically I'm talking about. Nothing organically, even the chemicals, is going to stop nature totally, right? But we can put a little dent in it so we can get a harvest, right? And that's what you want. All right, Myra. Wait, what you said, baby? Maria Graham. Okay, she's speaking to my Barb Brownlee. She say, hello, Miss Lane, everyone. Strike that beautiful pose. Boom. Hey, baby. Thank you for being here, honey. I'm just getting home. All right. All right. Nikki Walker. She said, hey, Miss Lane, everyone in the chat. Hello, baby. Hello. So let me get back to the garden. So one thing I want to, wait a minute. If that's the only question. Now, there was another question from a young lady, but I'm going to talk about that at the end of the live. And that is, she wanted to know my history. So I'm going to give you a brief history of me and my life at the end of the live. Okay. So right now, I want us to, let's see. It will kill the good and the bad bugs. It doesn't know the differences. And it really don't. It really don't. It really don't. Hey, everyone in the chat. Hey, Arthur Williams. Myra. Hey, Myra. Okay. I love the flow of info. It's slowly serious into... Awesome. Cool. Jody Sincere. That's my daughter. Hey, baby girl. How are you? Hey, Nikki. How you doing? She said, good evening, New Orleans Garden and fam. Hello. How are you doing, honey? Oh, she's speaking. All right. All right. I love the flow of information. It is slowly seeping into my brain. Okay. And I'm back in the bushes now. I understand. No problem. Hey, Sean, what's the longest you can brew compost tea? Listen, I think Myra, she's in the chat right now, probably have the record of 3 years. Myra, was that you had compost, had super juice for 3 years? Was that you, Myra? Yeah. So, but listen, it doesn't matter how old it is. Of course, it's going to be stronger, and I would dilute it if it's very, very old. And how can you tell that it's very old? Baby, the smell is going to tell you. The stronger the smell, the stronger the juice. Okay? Yeah. So it won't kill your plants. Okay? But listen, use your common sense at that point. Something that's very, very strong, dilute it. Okay? That's what common sense come in. It'll jump in at, so you should use that. Hey, precious baby. She said, hi, all, I'm driving. Okay, baby. All right, honey. Yeah, just use your common sense with that. All right. All right. Thank you, Nikki. She said, y'all hit that like button, please. Myra, okay, I'm waiting for Myra to answer me. Yes. So Myra says yes. She had her super juice for 3 years. 3 years. Yeah. And it still worked. It still worked. Because you listen, and this is where I try to describe making super juice for me is whatever you would put into making of your compost, put that in the bucket, right? Of course, I would not put bones. I wouldn't put live stuff. Now, if you want to, I wouldn't even put, and I have used like shrimp heads, crab, in there. But if I do, I'm going to put that in a separate container and I'm going to use that quickly because I don't want that in my garden smell like that. I don't want it that strong because if you put bones, crabs, um, shrimp, just say, if you went peel some shrimp and you put those, the hulls in there in your garden bed, baby, you're going to have stuff moving in there. Oh, they going to be moving in there. I'm not dealing with that. Now, will my plants love it? Yes, but I'm not going to love it. And I don't need that to have healthy plants. So this is the thing that I was saying the other night is that we think we must use so many different types of fertilizers. Like I see people with, just hear me out, like bone meal, blood meal. They have some kind of soil condition, um, alfalfa pellets. They have wood ash. They have 511. They have compost tea. They have just so many, so many. Do you really need all of that? Now, and look, they have uh, uh, chicken poop and bat guano and um, what is the weed? Um, kelp weed, and but you don't need it all. You really don't. Not everything. You don't need it all. One person came here the other night and says, Miss Linda, my pepper plant, it's big and it's bushy, but it have no peppers. It's you feeding it so much nitrogen, you ain't gonna get no peppers. It's too much. So when and then also the worm castings, and when it's too much, you don't need every great fertilizer because every one of those fertilizers I mentioned is good. But do you need them all? That's my question to you all. Do you need them all? Some people think that they need all of that to get nice, healthy plants. Hey, super juice clears up after a year with no smell. I don't know about that because I've had mines in there for about 2 years, but I keep mines with a lid on it. And when I stir it up, or she speaks to me. She speaks. So yeah, she's alive. She's alive in there. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, Georgia Peachnut. She said, hello, Miss Linden chat. I'm on the deck gardening and listening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, baby. Thank you. So the question is, do you need all of those fertilizers? Do you? Are they great fertilizers? Every one of them I mentioned. But I'm gonna tell you what I do. And this comes through trial and time and growing. Growing mean you, the gardener, is growing, right? Because things you did last year in your garden, you wouldn't do them the same way this year. And I know there's some things that somebody have done last year, and now this year they laugh at themselves because they go, that was crazy as hell you did that, right? But you learn through growing. So I have found out, for me, just me, this is me, I buy bone meal, and many times, if I can't find none sometime, I go and get those white beans from Dollar Tree, and I get a bunch, right? I definitely buy 511, right? And I use super juice, and that's from my garden, from my kitchen table, everything. And those are the main three I use. Every now and then, I do use molasses in on fruit trees, and you all know I have shared that with you all when I use molasses. But the molasses I use, I make it from a sugar cane, right? So, what do you use as fertilizer in your garden? And when do you think enough is enough? Or have you found that recipe that you need for your garden, right? Althea says, hello, Miss Linda, everyone. Hey, baby, how are you? How you doing? Myra says, super juice, 3 years old, black, and don't take the lid off too often. Yeah, baby, she will speak to you loud and clear. Yeah. Hey, LGG, baby, you got it going on over there. I seen that table full of seeds and seedlings, and you got your baby with you. You are, listen, honey, you're doing it. You are really doing it, honey. You really are. I love it. Okay. Thank you. Barb Brownlee says, hello, everyone now joining this awesome live. Thank you, my baby. Thank you. Barb Brownlee say, I've had my super juice in my 5-gallon bucket since November. Good, baby, good. And what I do is, when I use my super juice and it's very low, I just fill it up again and add more leaves. My plantain leaves, I go and get some and chop it up and put it in there. And definitely scraps from my garden, and I put it in that bucket. Yeah. Barb Brownlee says, I've had my super juice in 5-gallon buckets since November before the freeze and snow. Okay. Yeah. Cheryl say, how often do you add to your super juice? Well, listen, I fertilize my garden every 10 days. So every 10 days, my super juice is going down because I'm using it. So what I do is I just refill it up with water and more of leaves, grass been cut, plantain leaves. I just things all in the garden that's green and alive. And that's another thing, is that our super juice is also full of nitrogen. So think about the things you want to put in it. Like you would put banana peels in there. Like I use plantain leaves. Now, if you have a banana tree, just cut a couple of your leaves and chop it up and put it in your super juice. And it's going to give it the potassium you need. Okay. Might say, LOL, I opened one of my super juice lids the other day. I nearly passed out. It can be very loud, baby. I think Jane Brown said, talking loud and ain't saying nothing. But she can be loud. I add my super juice almost daily. Okay, scraps from the kitchen, weeds from the yard, and damaged leaves. Exactly. Yes. That's okay, my baby. You good. Miss Red says, good evening. Good evening, baby. How are you? She said good evening to everyone. I hold my breath when I open my bucket. Yeah. Well, I am so accustomed to the smell. It doesn't bother me. And about 10-15 minutes after I have completed my yard. It takes me about 45 minutes to water my garden or fertilize my garden. Before, about 10 minutes after I'm done, I don't even smell it. I really don't. I don't know about you all, but I don't smell it. Arthur Williams said, I started some with banana peels and coffee grounds. Great, great. Um, okay, you talking to Cheryl? Bye, you. Hey, baby, how are you? How was your trip? You all look like you all had a good time. Really did. Listen, I could have got down with the fishing. It looked really, really good. Really good. Um, Nikki say, I mainly use homemade compost tea to feed my plants. Also, composting in place, bury kitchen scraps underground. Gotcha, baby. That is that green manure that we're talking about, right? Like I have taken leaves off of a plant and just bury it right there in the bed with that plant. If it's, bug aided or something, I just take it off and bury it right there. That is what Nikki is talking about, composting in place. It is the same as green manure. That is what it's called too. Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome. Hey Tish, how you doing? Good to see you. I use banana peel water and 511 and every now and then rainwater if I have some fresh. Exactly. So let me just say this. If you don't have a filter on your faucet and maybe you don't have any rainwater, this is what you can do. Take your bucket. Now I wouldn't put it in the um the bucket with your super juice yet. Just get another bucket and fill it up from with your faucet water and let it set for 24 hours. The sun is going to just take away all of those chemicals from that water. Then put that water in your super juice if you don't want the chemicals in the water, right? And that's how you get rid of it. Yeah, the sun, baby, that sun is amazing. You hear me? It's a solar all by itself. Yes, use and replenish. Keep the cycling going. Yes, baby, that's true. Hey, Tony B, how you doing? Um, awesome, baby. Yeah. Um, how many Tums tablets should be used per gallon for calcium supply? So let me just say this. The first thing I would say, so I'm thinking you are talking about tomatoes, and this is what I want you to know. There is a couple of ways that your plant develops blossom end rot. And we talked about this. Maybe you wasn't here that day. You skip. So blossom end rot comes from inconsistent watering of your plants. So our plants suck up water and fertilizer from the soil, right? And when that water supply is not there, it interrupts they're getting the nutrients they need. And that is one way you can get blossom end rot, right? So it's not all the time that your tomato plant needs calcium. But if you think your plant needs calcium, this is what I did when I used Tums. This is just me now. I take about 5 Tums and I crush it up into a powder. Right out there, I just put it in a bag or something and find a stick or something and just beat it until it turns into a powder. And I get me a little pot of compost and I pour that powder into that compost, mix it up good, and then I take that and put it all around the plant and I water it in. That's what I do. Let me know, did you get that? All right. But make sure now you need to know And the reason, one way you can find out if your plant need calcium or if it is inconsistent watering, think about your habits and how you've been watering your plants. Okay? How have you been watering? Have you missed watering your plants? Have you ever went out there and the soil or in the beds is dry? Think about that. All right. All right. I applied my first super juice with 511 on a few days ago. The problem is I have more weeds than I have buckets of juice. Now, wait a minute. You lost me. The problem is I have more weeds than I have buckets of juice. So what you're saying is that in the bed with your plants, there's a lot of weeds? Let me know. Let me know if that's what you said. Yankee Sister say, I covered all my soil with crushed leaf. I thought through the winter starts pumping the soil in the spring. Okay. I make homemade compost and buy to supplement zero. Okay. More bloom. Gotcha. When plants start to fruit. Got you. And that's for the potassium um, and the phosphorus. Got you, baby. Yeah. Oh, she's speaking to Mike. Myra said, I have a tabletop composter and the table scraps go in, and 8 hours later, compost comes out. Wow. Chicken compost stays outside. That sounds cool, Myra. You can't type? Yeah. Okay. Althea say, Miss Linda, when do you fertilize, before or after watering? That's a good question too, because I usually water first. I water first, and I do. And some people may not understand it, but I water first. You water first. I water to get my soil nice and moist and everything plumpy. And so then I give it super juice and 511. That's a good question. Most people wouldn't even ask that question, but that's true. I water first. Tabletop composter sounds awesome, Myra, doesn't it though? J3, hey man, thank you. Thank you. Arthur said, I have a couple of jars of vitamin C that passed expiration date. Can I put it in my super juice? Listen, baby. Can you put it in there? Yeah, you can. I've seen people put all kinds of vitamins in their super juice or in their beds. Yeah, all kinds. They use all the vitamins that we take, like a multivitamin. They have crushed that up and put it in the soil. And they do. And they do. My question is, just like earlier, I asked this question with 511. Remember, your compost is a fertilizer. Black cow is a fertilizer. So think about your blood meal, bone meal, all these other amendments of fertilizers, right? Worm castings, wood ash, just think of all these organics, right? Do you need them? That is your question. Not could you put it in there, because technically you could put anything you want in there. But the question is, do you need it? Do your plants need that vitamin C? And Arthur, if you think your plants need the vitamin C tablet, tell me why. What makes you think it needed? Help me. Okay? I have it on my Roma tomatoes with drip irrigation. That's a good one. Okay, so that would probably eliminate inconsistent watering, right? That's what you're saying, that it's on a drip irrigation and you know, your drip runs perfectly and your plants is never in need of water. Okay, so if you think it needs vitamins, calcium, crush the tums up, put it in the soil, put it all around the roots of your tomato plants, and let's see what's happening. Now, that tomato that have blossom end rot, take it off the plant and put it in your super juice, because it's not going to help you. And it's not going to help that plant. And it is not good for you to eat now. So take it off so that plant could use that energy to make you some more tomatoes. Now, if you have blossom end rot, you may get one or two more tomatoes that have blossom end rot. It's going to take a minute before that calcium get into that plant, okay? But usually the tomatoes that's on there right now is going to have blossom end rot. So take them off. Take them off. Okay? Hey, Veggie Baby, how are you? How are you, honey? Your brain. What's wrong with your brain? Ms. B says, should we fertilize then water, or do we water and fertilize? I water then fertilize. That's what I do. Okay? I let my super juice be the last water liquid on them. That's what I do. Sean says, can you explain the difference between compost tea made with soil and weed tea? Compost tea and weed tea. So compost tea, let me just tell you, back in the day, like when I first came up on YouTube, okay? Let me get something to drink. Save on, family. So back in the day when I first came up on YouTube, they were making compost tea. Let me tell you how they made compost tea. All the things that we was just talking about, like vitamin pills and calcium tums, and many people would take a woman's stocking and put compost in it, like a handful of compost, right? And in that, they would also put things like bone meal, blood meal, bat guano, just all the granulated, fertilizers you can think of, right? Worm castings, just all of this in that stocking. Y'all get it? Also, many people would put the calcium pills like Tums and their old vitamins, right? Seriously. And they put it all in this stocking. They tie it and they hang it on like a 5-gallon bucket. Y'all with me? 5-gallon bucket. They fill that 5-gallon bucket up with water, and they would take what is it, like these little fish pumps, right? I got 2 of them in my garage, right? These little fish pumps, and you put them in the water with a stone. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And it will bubble. And that's what you wanted to do. People would let this thing bubble for about 24 hours, right? And then they will feed their plants. That is compost tea. Compost tea is using that bubbler and putting compost in a stocking or a sack, or like a painter sack, and putting all kinds of granulateds in it, right? Black cow, alfalfa pellets, just you name it, all kind of organic granulate. And then they set it in there and they put that pump in it and let it pump for 24 hours. That, my dear, is compost tea. What I do is not compost tea simply because I don't put a pump in it. I don't. Now I have did a quick feeding to a plant that I thought needed something really quick. So what I did, I took compost, like black cow and compost, put it in a stocking, put it in like a black 2-gallon bucket, and let it set in there for about an hour. And then I fed it to my plants, but I didn't put a pump in it, right? But anytime you put a pump into your the water for compost, that is called compost tea. What I do, the super juice does not have that at all. You don't put a pump in it. Well, let me just correct that. I don't do it. Many people may do it because, listen, that's your garden. That's your thing. You do what you want to do. And matter of fact, you call it what you want to call it. But back in the day, it was called compost tea when you used a pump. So, can you explain the difference between compost tea and soil and weed tea? It is what you are putting into it makes it what it is. Weed tea is weed tea. What you put in it? Weeds from your garden, right? That's what it is. So you named it. That's what it is. All right. Miss Red said, my grandbaby said, hello, Miss Linda. They remember you giving shout outs to them on their birthdays. Hey, babies, how y'all doing? I hope y'all having a good day. Yeah. All right. So if you was on YouTube, or if you were just strolling through YouTube back in the day, like 2014, 13, somewhere in that way, have you seen it, or have you went back and saw what it looked like? Okay, say after 3, maybe 4 years of gardening here, my yard has quite a few untamed areas to keep cut back. Okay, melon, wild lettuce, foxtails, pig ears. Yeah, well, I have lots of areas in my garden where wild garlic grows here in the New Orleans area. I just shared some Chinese artichoke that grows wild here in my garden. So I have a lot of areas in my garden that I have a lot of area in my backyard that I don't use as my garden. Yeah. She said, hey, sweet, I'm sorry. I'm just coming in. Okay, baby. Don't be sorry. What you sorry for? Okay, I've watered a while, but I put fingers in the soil, was dry an inch down. Okay, now I water. I wait a bit, water again, then the soil takes it deeper. And that is the reason why I like to water first, is so the water can bring it down. And now when you put your super juice on it, it's gonna go right to where it needs to be. Great. That's awesome, Mike. I like it. So many here are inspirations on their channels. A wealth of garden friends. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Does your plants really need synthetic drugs? That's a good question. But let me try to answer this in a cool way. Okay, man. So, c'est bon. That comes from this, J3. It comes from, why are you growing? That's the first thing. Why are you growing? Now, if you are growing for food and you're still putting synthetics on your food, right? Then it doesn't matter to you. And listen, that's your garden. Do your thing, right? Or You just don't know the consequences of what you're doing to yourself. That's another thing, right? And if you go to the store, I'm going to just say this. If you go to the store and pick up a bag of carrots, all of them going to look alike. Every one of them, they look alike. They like clones. Do your carrots look like that? If you grow carrots, do your carrots look alike? So people use synthetics. It's a lot about the look of it. That's one. It's about the look of a plant. They want their plant big and green. And listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at you. You know, the other thing about synthetics, and we have learned and we know, right, that synthetics feed the plant. Organic feeds the soil. So your plant, if you drop a pepper plant and you feed it synthetically, that plant is going to continuously give you food. It's going to continuously giving you peppers. You're going to have peppers coming out the wazoo, right? And you can hear them. Look at all my peppers. Let's see how I'm growing all these peppers. Baby, that plant is got cracked. But listen, it is for more food. This is a reason for synthetics. If you want more food, because synthetics will give you more food than organic, and it will, and your plant will be perfect looking. And the question was, does your plants really need synthetic drugs? And that is the answer. If you growing organically, you are growing a 9. If you growing with synthetics, you are growing a 4 or 3. But that's what some people choose. And whatever you choose, baby, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm going to love you no matter what, because I don't have to eat from anybody's garden except mine. Right? Y'all with me? True. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I went way up. All right, there we go. Art to say thank you. I just didn't want it to go to waste. Not that. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the vitamins. I got you. But you could put it in there now. You really can. And listen, those vitamins, if you look at your plant, our plant's got a lot of those vitamins in it, right? And it does, baby. It does. All that fertilizer gonna have them plants. I don't know what that is, Cheryl. Fiending. Exactly. But this is one of the reasons why, our world came up with this, with synthetics, is to get more food from a plant. But if you think about this, you look at Big Farmer now, their soil is no good now because synthetic fertilizers kills the soil. And if you don't believe me, I know you're going to believe Mr. Google. So go and Google it, that synthetic fertilizers kills your soil. So every year, every season, you go out and buy more bags of soil and you're killing it when you buy your synthetics and put in there because it's killing your soil. Google it. I know y'all gonna believe Google. I know, You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, Sammy Joe. Hey, baby. How are you? All right. Not my super juice. What you mean, baby? Hey, retired gardener. I see J3 yelling at you. I'm trying to get to the bottom, y'all. Hey, Mike. I mean, Dave. Dave. Oh, wow. All right. Say bon, baby. I'm going to get something. I love your beautiful name, Sweets of Heavens. Yeah. Her nickname is Kiki. I love that. I love that. Airstone. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. That's it, the Airstone. And that's what they did back in the day when I first came on YouTube, when they were making compost tea. Yeah, it's different from um, what we do with super juice, right? Yeah. That's the way I started with compost. I started with compost in a nylon stocking. Yes. And that's what happened. Even you can take your scrap. And the reason why I never used a bag for my super juice and scrap is because I was putting scraps in at all different times, and I didn't want to put my hands in there, but it's still you can put the same thing in it, if you wanted to. But that was the difference between what I call super juice and compost tea. I didn't put a air stone in it or nothing. Yeah, my chlorinated water does clear after a day. Yes, it do, of breathing. But Mom City, Concord, California, I guess, puts chloramine in that for a longer persistent. Okay, so I don't know, but um, try to maybe make it set out for a longer period of time, and the sun will definitely help out, right? Because there's a lot of things that we cannot control, right? So tell me this here: how many people here that in the summer your county or parish sprays for mosquitoes? Let me know. LGG say, thank you, TNOG. I'm your seed dropping student. Hello. I shared my germination to encourage growing. You are so welcome, baby. You are so welcome. It's beautiful. Hey, Loris Gordon. How you doing? How are you, baby? Good to see you here. Hey, Tony B. After feeding my plant super juice, the leaves stand at attention. Yes, they do. Baby, listen, I tell anyone, if you don't believe super juice work, just try for yourself. And if you put super juice on your plants within like the next hour, you're going to see a difference in your plants. I know it. Beautiful. Hey, Rhonda. She said, hi, Miss Linda. I'm late to the party. I need some help. I grow a cantaloupe last year, but this year something has eaten a silver of the stem of the plant out. I can't find any bugs around. And you got to tell me the bottom part again. So I don't know if you're saying something eating it that was silver. I don't know. Write it again for me, Rhonda. At the bottom part. If anybody understands it, tell me. I love the smell of, huh? LGG say, I love the smell of super juice. It's the smell of me saving money. Okay. And yes, it saved us money. It saves us money. That is so right. Because we don't need all of those other fertilizers. How many fertilizers you need? I mean, I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. For me, I don't need them all. Now, I don't buy worm casting simply because I got big worms over here, right? So after a rainy day, I can go around my garden and pick up worm castings. in my yard. Simon family. Let me get to the bottom and I'm going to share something with you all. My carrots covered in roots and crossed legs, but delicious. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna find that in the store, baby. That was for the extra pills comment. If you put them bad pills in you, I guess in your garden, you also putting right. But what he was saying was putting vitamins, his vitamins, like calcium or what did he say? Some vitamin he said, vitamin C into the soil. That's what he was talking about, the vitamins, right? So yeah, and I believe that, baby. I believe that. But I'm telling you, that's what they were doing. I'm just trying to grow some food over here. Not I guess no matter what it looks like to me. Exactly. And that's the thing is that to many people, and for one reason or another, their plants have to be beautiful and perfect. Well, I don't grow perfect plants and yeah, but that's the way some are. And I ain't mad with none of them because, that's their thing. That's their thing. And I'm with them. I stand with you. Yeah. Yeah. Tony said, back in the day, we had fish tanks with plants and bluegills caught from lake. And when time came to clean the tank, we used the water from the tank in the garden. Oh, yeah, baby. That's a beautiful thing. Yes. Like your name. Oh, you're talking veggie farming. I use oyster shell powder and notice all my plants are growing taller. Beautiful. Beautiful. We had frost here last night. Oh, Sammy Joe. I'm hoping that's the last one. I really want to play. I know, baby. That is important to know now. I look back and see how Miracle Grow was killing my soil. It was killing my plants after a while. So all synthetics will kill your soil. And that's Google it. It's like the soil was sterile, yes, except when I watered it with the Miracle Grow. Yeah, yeah, baby. All right, so let me get to the bottom. Hey T, how you doing? Good to see you. Hello, TNOG in chat. I look at it like this: Infamil versus breast milk, synthetic versus organic. They both work. So mix it up now. When to use it, mix it up. Okay. I guess that's one way to look at it, man. Yeah. Hey, Miss Robinson. Hey, Rhonda. All right, family. Georgia say mind up. What yours does, George Gail? Let me know. 2 times a week you spray. Okay. Oh, see, I'm way at the bottom. I done lost what I was saying. Sacramento Valley spray for mosquitoes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Got you. I got you, Miss Georgia. Sacramento Valley sprays for mosquitoes. Smells like hairspray at night. Now, just think about that. Think about that. Your county in here in my parish, they spray, but we stopped them last year. Yeah, because we wrote all kinds of y'all stuff. Because, of course, just like we say about sprays, right? Organic, and they kill not only the bad bugs. They wasn't only killing the mosquitoes. They was killing the monarch butterflies. They was killing the bees. Stop it, dog. Stop it. Yeah, and they do. Yeah. Hey, Mama J, how are you? I watched you live on the replay, but I did watch it, baby. Miss Kia Park says, "Good evening, Miss Lynn and everyone." Hello, baby. All right, I did super juice today. All the plants turned deep, dark green and grew. Boom. Yeah, that's some good stuff. It really is. It really is. I love it. That's the concept for me was this. Now, many of you are here have heard this before, all right? So just hang in there with me. In the forest, in the woods, and it is spring. And in the spring, the leaves grows on the trees and they're beautiful and lovely. And in the fall, they begin to turn red and green and they begin to die and they drop to the foot of the tree. That is your compost right there. And then it rains. And not only the rains, remember that all of these big trees, like the sequoias in the redwood forests of California, people wondered years and years ago, how was these plants getting water? How was these trees getting water? They were getting water from fog. Fog. That's how they were getting water. But when it rained, all these leaves is at the bottom of these trees and bushes. And what it turns into at the bottom with the rain and the dead leaves, it turns into super juice. And that was my thinking. And that is how trees, bushes in the forest don't need no one to feed them because they feed themselves. This is the way God created it. They need no one. But we have domesticated our plants. We take our plants and we put them in some good old compost and stuff, and we baby them. That's what we do. And so they don't know how to take care of themselves. So we have to take care of them because we have domesticated them. But the wonderful thing is, then we eat them. Yeah. All right, family. No spraying since Connecticut. Is it Connecticut, my sister? You have to use a chemical, I don't know, lawn company to spray. Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Something has eaten my stem of my plants. I'm sorry, Rhonda, you say something has eaten the stems of your plants. What kind of plants you talking about? Hey, Harvey, it's getting dark. Okay, yeah, girl, I see that. Just came in from the garden. Hello, everyone I miss. Hey, baby, how are you? Sorry about, don't worry about that, baby, please. I dissolve magnesium tablets in a 2-gallon jug and water my plants sometimes. So that's another thing. So she said she dissolved 2 magnesium tablets. But what is that stuff? What is that stuff? What is that stuff? That's magnesium. It's in a bag. Come on, y'all, help me out. Mike, what is that? People use it to take a bath there for muscles. What is it called, Mike? Thank you. Thank you, baby. Epsom salt. That's just Epsom salt, baby. That's just Epsom salt. And listen, Epsom salt is great if this is what your plant needs. So yellowing leaves on a plant. Let's just start there. Yellowing leaves on a plant could mean so many things. It could mean too much water. It could mean not enough water. It could mean no nitrogen. It could mean too much nitrogen. It's so much. And it could mean it needs Epsom salt, magnesium. So you must know before you put the magnesium on your plants, is this what my plant need? You need to break it down by process of elimination. And that is like between 2 and 3 days to find out what your plant really need, baby. Because you can go out there and self-diagnose this plant and give it magnesium, and that plant don't need it, and you will kill it. I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, baby, you know that's your garden. I'm with you. All right. Me too. No worm casting needed. I know, sister. I saw. Rhonda said yes. Oh, you talking to Mike? Feed your soil a protein smoothie. My Lord Jesus. I understand, Sean. Baby, I'm listen. Sean, is that what you do? That listen now. You give your plants a protein smoothie. Man. I was speaking of earlier. what is enough of the fertilizers? But now you're talking about a protein smoothie. Okay. So, Nikki, OCD is chick. Nikki, put up Wind Down Wednesday for me, baby. Put up Wind Down Wednesday for me. Wow, that sounds like a great idea. That old fashioned head. Y'all something else. Have you ever heard of using milk as a fertilizer? I have. I have. I have. But do I do that? No. And I see a lot of people also use powder milk, but they use that powder milk for calcium for their plants. Powder milk. They use it for calcium. But definitely, I've heard that, baby. Uh, I put my work into feeding the soil and not the plant. Exactly. TNOG. I mix my scoops. One half compost, one half barn waste, black or cocoa core, black cow or cocoa core. Okay. I added bone meal at transplant. Okay. And I let it ride. Hey, this is something that a gardener must grow and learn what is best for them, right? You learn what is best for you. But make sure that you use, you don't go way. If you want to save money, if that's your thing, you want to save money, you want to grow healthy food, right? You can do that without breaking the bank. You could do that without using your vitamins. You can. But at the end of the day, always remember this is your garden. Okay, baby? And you do as you choose. Good analogy. Yes. Miss Kia Parks say, Miss Linda, I asked someone who grows the trombosini squash, and she said, cook the young green ones like zucchini, and those you let cure like a butternut squash. Yeah, but I did not want to, and I read that you can, eat it like a zucchini, but I'm not a big fan of zucchini. So I want, and when you harvest it like a zucchini, it is a summer squash. But when you harvest the trombone seed, like I'm going to harvest it, it will be like a butternut squash, which is a winter squash. And that's the way I want to eat her. Because I'm not a fan of zucchini. No. So it sounds good though, baby, but thank you. Thank you. Our community has stopped the spray. Okay, it killed so much wildlife, and it does, Mike. Some just now coming back. True. And the monarch's butterfly was one of them for sure. Hey, baby, how you doing? That's my art. How you? My county sprays the creek. Yeah, they claim it's safe for humans. And it's beneficial. Yeah, right. Well, if it's so safe for human, how come it kills insects? No. Yeah, you know that, Georgia. They just full of it. They full of it. I can say that my plants look better this year due to the super juice. Very good. Thank you for watching my very first live. You are so welcome, baby. You're so welcome. Rhonda says, my cantaloupe. Oh, okay, baby. Yes. Okay, Connecticut. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Epsom salt. Yeah, I was trying to get that Epsom salt out, y'all. All right, family. Wait, Nikki, did you put in Wine Down Wednesday or did I pass it up? Wait a minute now. Um, I'm still looking. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I'm gonna put this up while I share this with you all. Okay. So the first thing I want to say for the members who was not here at the beginning, we are going to have our members only live the first Tuesday of every month, same time, 7 p.m. Central Time, same everything. But that first Tuesday of the month will be for the members, right? Members. Just that Tuesday night, once a month, that will be for us, okay? For right now, all right? Everybody, I'm going to put up a little short video just to remind you all that the first Tuesday in every month will be for channel members only, right? All right. So join us tomorrow night for Wine Down Wednesday. It will be on Hands in the Dirt channel with co-host Nikki the OCD's Chick and Bougie Prepper at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You all don't meet me there. Beat me there. Beat me there, y'all. Yeah. I got to stop at the store before I go over there. Got to go get me about a black girl because it's dry over here. All right, y'all. I have poured spoiled milk in my eye. I know that calcium stuff. Yes. Hey, oh, Stacy, wait a minute. I'll pass you up, man. Oh, wait, there it was. Let me see, can I get to it? All right. There you go. Hands in the Dirt say, in the bushes. Hello, Miss Linda. Hey, man, how you doing? Thank you for hanging out with us. Okay. So, oh, you're talking to Stacy. All right. My mother-in-law turned me on to the powdered milk years ago, and it works really well. Yes, powder. I see a lot of people have used powdered milk for that calcium. Yeah. All right, family. So I want to see how long my tomatillo is getting. Really? I'm waiting for mine to turn gold. I want to cook it, man. I want to cook it. I'm growing this year a no poop garden this year. Oh my God, my garden is showing off. Okay. All right, baby. Good. That's good. All right. I use bone meal for calcium. Okay. All right. Never goodbye, but see you later. Y'all be blessed. You too, man. I love you all very much. Is being a member different from being a subscriber? Yes. So at the beginning, at the front of the channel, you will see a join button and you can go and read it and you'll see what it is. Okay, baby? Thank you, Nikki, baby. I appreciate you so much, so much. So what I do is I will, young lady wanted some history about me, and I will share that next week because I'm hungry now. And I don't talk well when I'm hungry. So, but we're going to talk about that in the next live. All right, family. I love you all. I thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I hope and pray that you all of us picked up something here today. Oh, thank you, Miss Red. I appreciate you so much. I really do. I hope we all walked away with something that we can use in our garden. Thank you so much, Gail. I appreciate you being here. Awesome live. Yeah, baby. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, baby. Yeah. Good night. Good night. You have a good night, and we will see each other tomorrow night on Hands in the Dirt channel for Wind Down Wednesday. I'm gonna have my foot up with me a big glass. Hey GT, how you doing, man? I love you, my sister. I love you too, my baby. You have a great night. Have a great night, Cheryl and Doll. Doll time. Jackie Griffin, you too, baby. You all have a beautiful evening, right? We will see each other tomorrow night or somewhere on somebody's live, right? Somebody, I don't know if somebody have a live after me. They may be having one or two going on, right? But we're gonna go check it out. All right. Thank you. Thank you. That's my art. Thank you, baby. I want to thank everyone who have became members of the channel. I really, really do. And we're going to get into some good stuff. Okay. See y'all later. Later, family.